What is going on, everybody, and welcome to a new Civilization 5 AI only battle. We are today on a random Terra map. I think we did a random continents one before, or we might have done a random of both, but it doesn't matter. We're doing a random Terra. 11 civs. It wouldn't let me go over 12. I don't know why. It just kept crashing, so that was weird. We have the thing on, but in the end I just took it off and just did less than the amount. There's a load of city-states in the game as well. It was completely random. I spawned as I put it on random for me so that Venice has a chance for once. We don't have Venice, but America, that was me. And then yeah, everyone else was just at random, so there's no like, reason. It's just random. So Siam, France, the Mayans, Egypt down here towards the tundra in the south. We have a China, Ethiopia down here, Rome, Netherlands, who I moved their starting bit a little bit to cover the fact that I'd obviously taken myself out of the map. Denmark. Did we start with Poland and Denmark? And then Mongolia up with their own little corner piece. And then there's a couple of smaller islands to the north. And then, yeah, there's this bigger one that's kind of weirdly shaped over here as well. A lot of weird, like, little points like this. And then just, yeah, really long stretch of land. There's some good canal city spots, though, I'm just saying. Already. That one looks great. This would have been nice in Civ 6, wouldn't it? Because you could have built through there. But yeah, there you go. That is the map. I don't know why there is just most of the city-states in the world seem to be here, but there we go. So yeah, episode 1. We'll kick it off. We can't do the crazy ideas as often because 1, I've done a lot of them, and then 2, they're harder to set up. You need to find mods. I don't really know what to do. So yeah, that's kind of that. We've also sort of exhausted most of the regions that are actually available in that map pack, so we might have to look for some new maps if we want more regional specific games. I'm having to zoom in like more and more on areas of the world to not just do world games over and over again. Also, I don't know why this map is huge. Like this might be bigger than like the world map we just used. I know it sounds crazy, and there's a lot more ice on it, but the cities where they've settled, like on the mini map, they look tiny compared. I can hardly see France. Maybe it's because I've not got the light on. But either way, most of the civs going straight away with their second cities. France, the Mayans, Egypt, China, Ethiopia, not quite yet, the Netherlands, Rome, the Danish, and not quite the Mongols either. But those civs all just waiting to put down their seconds. I expect we'll see Ethiopia and Mongolia pick a location soon. Yep, Ethiopia just done, as did Mongolia. There we go. So that's a good settle there, right? Lock off everyone from this little corner of the map. Keep that for yourselves. And we get some pantheons, which we will look at in a minute once a few more have come in. But yeah, we can really focus a bit more on these games. It's going to go quite quick compared to to a world map, because there's just a lot more ocean. I'm probably wrong about it being a smaller map. It just looked like that on here for some reason. There's a lot more ice. I don't know. It might be taller but not wider. I think that might be the case of what it is. I might be completely wrong on that, but it's worth a shout. This is the huge map, and it's deity, cultural and domination. No city raising, no barbarians. Random personalities is on, and I left ancient ruins on. I thought we'd give them some random little chances for each civ to get some little cool bonuses that push them down sort of more unique paths than each other. Could be interesting. But yeah, China in the tundra. I'm not sure how well this start is going to go. That is not exactly the funnest start in the world. They do have King Solomon's mine here, which will give them 6 production if they can get their hands on that. And they're going to have some weird... Look at this. This is a very weird area of the map. You've got this sliver of land, an entrance, so a sort of canal city or a city here that sort of gives you control of the entrance here. Could allow them to be a really strong naval civ, because there is this big lake that is in the middle of the map with no connection to the outside ocean. It's kind of close here, but yeah, there's no connection. There's a lot of lakes on this map within the main continent, so that's going to get interesting. You've got one here next to Amsterdam as well, so it could get quite interesting. And then yeah, we have this big inland sea. As Siam already onto 3 cities, so are Egypt. This must be unusual for them, a normal desert civ spawning in the tundra. We will ignore some of those for now. Let's keep it a bit of a surprise. Poland with a 3rd and potentially 4th city on the way, and right towards Denmark immediately. Okay, yeah, some of the civs have a bit more space than others. Mongolia is going for 5 cities within 27 turns. I don't know how human players can match this. I need to learn that power. But France grabs their third city as well. The Mayans have not got so many settlers, but they have a ton of their Atlatist unique units. I've probably butchered that pronunciation. The Atlatists. China with a settler as well. We'll see where that goes for settler number 3. Ethiopia is already pushing in towards the mainland and towards Panama City here. And the Netherlands not quite yet with a third settler. Oh no, sorry, they have up this way. And that is an awkward location. That is going to probably haunt Mongolia for a while if Mongolia ends up doing well and going after the Netherlands. Of course, the Netherlands could easily push back as well. They're about to go for a 4th city, but they're focusing more down this way towards Rome, who are also sending their settler out. Did Poland put down that 4th one? Yep, they have. And now they're going for a 5th, and Denmark is yet to have built that many, not built any new settlers. But they did just get the Great Library, which will give them that tech advantage, and that will free up Copenhagen, I would imagine now, to go build some settlers. But yeah, extra technology for Denmark could be useful in this early stages. Siam now has 4 cities north of France. These are all like close together, and then everyone else is a bit more spaced out. I don't know what happened there. That has nothing to do. Like the US, I spawned where Amsterdam is. Basically, I spawned on this tile, I think, and then the Dutch were here, so I moved the Dutch. And yeah, maybe we should have moved one of these other civs over, but we'll never know. It's hard to do. The easiest way to probably do it is to put in like an extra civ and just kill them, and then you'd have more space to play around with, whereas if you only take one out, it's kind of confusing. 6 cities already for Mongolia. That is impressive, as the Dutch up to 4, so hopefully they can do their best to keep them at bay, or this could be quite a sweep as we get our first war after 38 turns. That did not take long at all, and the Mayans already after the French. Mongolia completes the Temple of Artemis as well. Useful wonder for them to have. And now we'll focus. We can focus a bit more on the wars here. This could be a brutal battle. A lot of troops, and yet already the Mayans surrounding Orleans. Is this their way of telling me there's too much France content on the channel right now? We've got a France EU4 Let's Play. This just can't be allowed. It looks like Orleans is going to fall unless France pulls off some miracle. But Egypt gets a wonder, which is, you know, their usual. They usually get a lot of wonders. They will get Stonehenge, and the Dutch will complete the pyramids as well, which means they, of course, won't liberty. But it also means Egypt is likely to get a religion fairly soon, the first one. And there it is, Orleans, the first city to fall under Mayan control. I don't think we have any good Mayan games on record, so that might be quite interesting. Certainly not in recent memory, where the Mayans have put on a good, strong display at the start. But apart from that, I wouldn't say anyone else is super in trouble. The Dutch cautiously settling towards the Romans, the Mongolians. The Mongolians and Ethiopians now declare war on the Dutch. We'll see how that goes. Rome completes the Great Lighthouse, which should give them a good advantage in this central lake area. But yeah, let's see how... okay, France... Looks like this might fizzle out just outside Paris, but the Siamese might come and take them out anyway. But yeah, we'll see how the Dutch do here. Breda is certainly the city most at risk, and now the Dutch have also got Rome and Denmark coming after them. Okay, this could be a tough period for the Netherlands. I do see some religion enhancement. We will wait till a little bit longer. It's only been 8 minutes, and we are flying through the turns, so there's no worries. We will let a few more religions form. As Poland grabbed another city here, Gdansk. Yeah, Denmark probably does need to get something out of this, so they could be in a bit of trouble. Looks like France will escape for now and grab the statue of Zeus, which probably just at this point makes Paris a more attractive target. The Mayans have put down a 4th city and a 5th on the way as well, so they will soon certainly outsize the French. China haven't paid much attention to them since the very start. They're just keeping quiet. Them and Egypt are sort of hidden at the bottom of the map, not doing too much early on. They've already built a road, which seems quite early. I don't see any other roads on the map. Oh, Rome's built one, to be fair, which will allow them to attack the Netherlands at good speed. They also have another settler, the Dutch. We will see where they put that. Yeah, I would suggest somewhere out here would, you know, give you a really good positioning. I mean, here would be interesting. Just, you know, completely block Mongolia off, essentially, from further expansion towards you. And it looks like they're going to do that, because yeah, Mongolia's settler is coming. So it would be, that hill tile here might be lovely. I think that might be too close, but we'll see. It depends who goes first. Yeah, Mongolia puts theirs down, which may force the Dutch a bit further downwards. But after this, it leaves... Okay, I say that Mongolia's heading over here. But will you want to tread on Poland's toes too much? They look pretty powerful. Looks like they're about to invade Denmark next turn. I would not be surprised if that happens. Poland... Oh, they didn't pull the trigger this turn, but maybe next turn this is going to be a big battle. But so far, so good for the Netherlands. They have not lost anything. Poland again decides not to pull the trigger on that war. One thing about city-states in the game, assuming they all sort of live for a fair amount of time, is it does make the World's Congress a bit more interesting. Because in the big world games, we don't have them. And then the World's Congress is pretty empty. Like, you know, everyone's got the same votes and one's got a few more. Here you might see civs with a lot more votes, a lot more influence. Maya completes the Parthenon as Ethiopia gets the Terracotta Army. No new settlers from the Ethiopians just yet, nor China, nor Egypt. But Egypt looks like they're about to attack the Mayans. I would assume, based on this. France pieces out and gives away Lyon, so that's them as good as toast in this game. Egypt does go after the Mayans as France grabs the Great Wall of Paris. There we go. That might be all it protects, but there we go. And Ethiopia is the first civ to get a peace deal with the Dutch, who did in the end move that settler further down towards Ethiopia, which is pretty smart because Ethiopia seems a bit less threatening. So obviously a city here would have been a good defense, but it could have been vulnerable too. This one, more to where their original spawn point actually was. Might be at risk, I guess, either way. Poland grabs Colossus. That's a free cargo ship and an extra trade route. It's a Danish settler on the way. China grabs the Hanging Gardens. That will help because being in the tundra there won't be much growth, so that's going to help a lot. They also settled all the way up here. Not sure how well that will go down with the Egyptians. And Siam now goes up against France, which could see them get Paris and the Great Wall, which was only built around Paris, but they will get the whole benefit from that if they have to take Paris. And as we can see, the Mayans getting attacked from the weirdest of angles, and they may end up losing 2 cities here to Egypt to just give us some disgusting borders. But we'll see. Turn 75. We have flown through episode 1 here. Egypt grabs Chichen Itza. They might just miss out on Palenque, which is going to make this extra gross. How is Denmark like 4 techs ahead of 3rd and 4th? I know they got the Great Library, and they've been very just sort of small. I'm guessing maybe tradition was picked here and not liberty. We can do that actually. It's turn 75. Let's have a little bit of a nosy now at what is going on. Religion overview. Already 3 religions: Eastern Orthodoxy from Ethiopia, Islam for Egypt, and Taoism for China. So those are all the southern civs that are all fairly small. Interesting. I don't know if that's linked, but they're all the smaller civs at the bottom of the map. In terms of beliefs, there is already a lot. Holy moly. Who was who? China was Taoism, Islam was Egypt. Okay, yeah, I can remember that. Ethiopia always picks Eastern Orthodoxy, so that should be an easy memory. So China will be getting food from camps, they can purchase monasteries, and they get culture for other followers. Egypt will be getting combat strength near friendly cities, influence, which is important in this game for once, mosques and pagodas, and then tundra tiles without forest will give them more faith, which they should probably have a fair few of. And then Ethiopia, 2 gold for each city following the religion. That's pretty good. Faith for purchasing, can use faith to purchase pre-industrial units, can purchase cathedrals. They're to combat strength in their cities, which I think is their unique ability as well. So that's going to be really high. And then 20% combat strength near enemy cities that follow the religion. So Ethiopia is going to be a very difficult war. Even if they don't have the best of games, they are going to be tucked in this corner, defending for dear life, and putting up a really good job of it. So that's interesting. Early on. Utrecht here is under attack and Mongolia has settled nearby. We'll see how that goes for them. They have more settlers as well. Feels like Mongolia's been gifted a nice spawn here. Regardless, like, because I moved the Netherlands towards them, not away from them. So even if it was the US here and I was, say, playing and the Dutch were here, that would have been even worse. Because we'd probably have to split some of this territory. So yeah, Mongolia I think just got the most blessed spawn they possibly could. Poland is yet... Oh, I was going to do social policies too. We'll do those in a few minutes. Don't worry. Poland. We'll do them at 100 probably. Poland with the cargo ship. You know what? We'll do them now. But there we go. Some peace deals. How do I do it? in here. Diplomacy. Right, who picked what? So China went with tradition, which would explain their sort of not so big start. Rome for a mix of liberty and honor, which kind of fits them. Mongolia went liberty, honor for Egypt, liberty and honor for France, honor for both Denmark and the Mayans, and Siam. Poland already charging ahead with liberty and honor, tradition for Ethiopia, and liberty for the Netherlands. You could kind of work that out based on who has like more than 4 cities, but that was kind of interesting. Paris. How is this is way more troops than the Mayans had. Maybe it's early days. Maybe I'm getting the time being a bit harsh time wise, but Siam should probably get this fairly quickly. Take control of Paris. And that will eliminate the French and give Siam the Great Wall, and I think there was another one, the Statue of Zeus maybe. So that would be good early on. If France is still like building wonders and they churn one out like one turn before they die, that would be annoying for the AI. Egypt piecing out with the Mayans. They did not get anything else, but they took Chichen Itza here, which was kind of going to annoy the Mayans, I would imagine. And they did threaten Palenque, so a bit of a warning sign. And here we go. Siam should... There it is, yeah. Paris falls to Siam, so they're out of this one. We are down to 10 contenders. 10 civs left, competing for the victory here in this mini game. Mongolia is just, they're looking for any bit of land they can get. I thought the personalities were random. What is the probability that you get one more aggressive than the normal one? Either way, they peace out with the Dutch. So now the Netherlands need to grab as much land as they can, because that spot I was talking about has just gone to Mongolia. So they need to really put a shift in now, the Netherlands, because Rome and Ethiopia are still growing. Ethiopia does now have a 4th city for themselves. Denmark, bit of a random settlement there, but there we go. They've also grabbed Rebay here, and Poland grabs the island in the middle-ish of this big sea. And the Maya found the 4th religion with, was that Catholicism? It was, okay. China gets Chichen Itza. Don't think they've built any more settlers just yet. Ethiopia grabs the Oracle, which is of course a free social policy, so they will move a little bit further up in that respect of the game. Dun, 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 dun. Before I saw, oh, they put a citadel here. Why would you put it there? Why would you not put it here? I guess that might get rid of the bananas, but surely why would you put it in your own land? At least put it in a tile next to it. Either way, it's a good defensive fortification, I guess. Still plenty of open space being ignored, but I guess resources will be having a bit of an impact on where people settle. Strategic resources as well. A lot of snow being ignored. Egypt has grabbed a coastal city here, which is probably a smart move to at least have one, even if it's going to be fairly limited, because you can send cargo ships out. Yeah, having a port, always good. And Alexandria here, another Egyptian city, and Siam v the Mayans now begins. So in the wake of the fall of France, these two will now go at it. It's been a very brutal time out here on the western part of the map, which was probably more crowded. So we'll see how this goes. I'm gonna probably have to fancy Siam here as we get towards turn 100 already. It's gonna be kind of difficult to make picks. We're gonna know a lot of... Hope no one picked France at the start of the episode. Like, the Geo Curse doesn't even kick in till part 2, where whoever I pick just dies, so we'll see how that goes. But it was broken last time, so maybe there's hope. There's Siam, another city towards the Mayans, which just complicates everything more. Lyon has already fallen as well into Siam's hands, so they are looking pretty good right now. In these hyper-aggressive early stages. Ethiopia grabs the Borobudur, which should help out their religion, which is already spreading to the southern Dutch cities. Rome now has a huge army marching towards the Netherlands. Wow, that is big right there. We'll see. Yeah, they're going to struggle here with only about 5 units to defend. So this could be the fall of the Netherlands. I don't know how that affects the game, because Rome will get quite strong out of it if it is to be successful. The Danish have got another couple of settlers. We'll see where they end up. Poland is just not quite brave enough to pull the trigger. And Denmark now has their berserkers, which make it that little bit tougher. But what we're going to do is we're going to wrap episode 1 up there. I will go back to the longer episodes as and when required, but I feel like if we do like the info addicts and stuff, it kind of ruins the prediction fun part of it. So we'll probably do that in the next episode at the end. But for this one, I'm going to just leave it here so that we can all make our picks and still have some fun with it, right? We don't need to know that someone's miles ahead, because they might be already. So yeah, let's make our picks and have that fun part of the game still. We will probably definitely have a proper winner here, whether it be just one civ sort of remaining or the strongest one clearly at the end. So yeah, that's fine. So be sure to leave a pick. I'll go around the map now and show everyone. So here is Siam, looking pretty good. The Mayans, not in the best state right now. Egypt, China, kind of trying to fit all their cities on the screen at once with Nanjing up there. Ethiopia, Rome, maybe bear this in mind. The Dutch, Mongolia here, and then Poland and Denmark at the top of the map. So I'm going to go and not pick Mongolia, because that seems like an easy choice. I'm going to go ahead early on. There's a few good looking civs. I'm going to go with Egypt, because why not? It's not really high pressure like it used to be for me anymore. I just sort of pick one of the better looking ones. I'm not so worried anymore. I just fancy Egypt. I think they got a good chance. I'm not going to say why, but I just think they do. But anyways, thank you so much for watching episode 1. As always, if you have enjoyed, be sure to leave a like and a comment down below. Be sure to subscribe as well if you are new to the channel. And I'll see you in the next one.